All right. So first, thank you, Mr. Harlan, for providing this amazing opportunity. Judges and the audience who are here with us, and my fellow competitors. Good luck. Um, it's an honor
to present our design to you, and hopefully the story that I'm going to tell will resonate with you as it did with us. The subject matter that I want to talk about is death. Now, you may wonder how exactly death is related to the advancement of space settlement. Well, space settlement should encompass not only an establishment of a living environment, but also a proper way of dealing with death because it is an inevitable part of life. Everyone experiences it, including astronauts. In fact, we all may agree that the risk of mortality is very high for any types of space missions. The astronauts have to go through a tremendous amount of training just to get prepared for the likelihood of their death. Elon Musk once said, "Preparedness to die is a key qualification for early Mars explorers." This implies the amount of stress and psychological frustrations that the astronauts have to tolerate could significantly affect their work efficiency and productivity. So we wanted to design objects and rituals for astronauts to help them accept and prepare for the likelihood of death, which should never be belittled. Introducing H2 Capsule. It's a capsule in which astronauts can store their objects and digital media to convey their personal stories and personalities to future generations. More importantly, the H2 capsule is an avatar through which astronauts will be able to broach a conversation around death with their beloved ones and gradually prepare to accept death as a possible outcome of their mission. The overall design of the H2 capsule. The top surface is slightly angled for the better presentation of what's shown on the surface. The number of creases around the outer wall matches with the number of space trips an astronaut has taken, which is a subtle manifestation of their legacy. The flared form allows the capsule to stand on the ground firmly, while symbolizing a soaring rocket to the space. The capsule has three main components: cap, main body, and base. The base has digital components. As you rotate the top rim of the base, it raises a digital screen, which includes a camera, a microphone, and a speaker. When the screen is fully raised, it will turn on the device and you can start taking pictures or recording a video, which will be saved to an album. The main body consists of a storage space which you can store any physical objects inside, and by adding dividers, you can better compartmentalize the storage. And because there's nothing more powerful than a handwritten letter or a picture of your family when it comes to telling stories, we made sure that these dividers provide a firm protection of their personal items. Last but not least, the cap commemorates a fallen astronaut. If an astronaut falls, other crew members can print a cap with the fallen hero's name engraved on it and seal the fallen astronaut's capsule as part of a death ritual during their space mission. To give you a better understanding of how and when this capsule can be used in context, we came up with a story of an astronaut. Meet Ahelia. Ahelia is a 39-year-old daughter of a renowned NASA astronaut, Sunny Williams. She's also the wife of a Sunil Dunn, whom she met through the astronaut candidate training program, and the mother of Jai Dunn Williams, their 6-year-old son. In 2030, Ahelia was selected as one of NASA's astronaut candidates for the first manned mission to Mars. She was ultimately chosen for the 2033 mission. Then, the NASA Houston Space Center prints and assembles the base of the capsule and offers it to Ahelia, which is a protocolized means by which they could discuss the possibility of her death as the candidate. Ahelia's poised, thoughtful demeanor during this discussion reflected her mental and emotional preparedness to participate in a manned mission to Mars. Before she gets into the quarantine period, she decides to spend time with her family while broaching the conversation around her potential death. As they are having conversations, Ahelia records as many videos and audios of her family members as possible. She also spends time walking on the beach while recording the sound of waves. At the same time, she made a list of physical objects that she would bring with her. They are a scale replica of the shoes in which Ahelia completed her 13th and most recent marathon, a portrait of Ahelia drawn by her 6-year-old son, Jai, and a barbecue sauce recipe contributed by her husband as a memento of their first date in Houston. As she embarks on a journey to Mars, she prints the body of a capsule in a spaceship to store the objects she brought from Earth. Her and other 2 crew members' capsules are securely stored in a compact size of a wall, which they can always take out and look into the items that they put inside the capsule. Weeks after landing successfully on Mars, Ahelia tragically passed away while taking charge of a fire containment effort in the crew's greenhouse. She was the only casualty, and her leadership was critical to preserving the integrity of the first manned base on Mars. By being tasked with printing the cap to Ahelia's capsule and sealing it, the capsule provided her crew with a ritualized means of reacting to Ahelia's tragic passing. Upon sealing Ahelia's capsule, the crew gathered to view the message Ahelia left for them. In addition, the crew digitally delivered Ahelia's message and living will to her family. In 2049, Ahelia's capsule was donated to the first Martian museum, where Martians and visitors from Earth could learn of and appreciate Ahelia's legacy. This concludes the story of Ahelia and her capsule. So, why do we have to use this capsule? First, it alleviates the astronaut's psychological frustrations. Second, it's a proper, honorable, and right way of treating our heroes. Last but not least, this is a true realization of continuing their legacies.